Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. So for today's recipe, I'm going to be sharing how I make my shortbread biscuits at home in my Hysapientia air fryer oven. So shortbread biscuits look super plain and boring, but they're actually so buttery and delicious. They only require a few ingredients, which you probably have on hand anyway. I just feel like it's that time of the year where you see shortbread biscuits all over the shelves in the supermarkets. So I decided to make my own at home. They are super easy to make. And you can make them in your air fryer oven, your normal air fryer, or your traditional oven. And they just turn out so good, honestly. If you're a fan of shortbread biscuits, you have to give this recipe a go. Try to make them at home, and I promise you'd probably never buy them again because they are that good when you make them at home. And guys, if you do watch my videos and you enjoy them, then please make sure you hit that like button below. It really helps me out. It helps my videos get out there so more people can view them. I know that a lot of you that do watch my videos are actually not subscribed, so please do subscribe if you enjoy my content so that you don't miss any more in the future. And those of you who are subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. So I guess we're going to get straight into this easy recipe and I will see you all at the end. So starting off with a large bowl, I'm going to be adding in 200 grams of softened unsalted butter. You have to make sure it is softened at room temperature. Next up, I'm adding in 100 grams of sugar. This is just granulated sugar. And then next up, I'm adding in 300 grams of plain flour. Now, as you can see, I have got some gloves on. I'm just going to use my hands to combine all of the ingredients together. You just want to rub them between your fingers and just kind of crumble them together, and you'll see that it starts to come together really well. So this does eventually come together as a really nice dough, but it does take a few minutes, so just be really patient and keep combining everything together until your dough comes together like this. Do not be tempted to add in any liquid at the start because it does feel quite dry when you do start working in the dough, but once it looks like this, it's perfect. So I'm going to be baking my shortbread biscuits in this square tin here. So you just want to pop your dough straight in, and I'm going to be using my fingers and my hands to kind of just spread this out evenly all across the bottom to fit this square tin. Again, a little bit time consuming, but just be patient because it'll be super worth it in the end. So I'm just going to start by using my hands, spread out all of that dough into the corners, and then I just kind of use the palm of my hand, then I switch to a spoon as well just to try and flatten it out and get it right into the corners. But if you've got anything that you can use to flatten it out, you can use that as well. Just anything that helps flatten it out as best as you can. And then finally just went back in with my hands and my fingers, and this is how flat I could get it in the end, but I was absolutely fine with that. So this is how it's looking. So now the next step for me is to take a knife, and I'm going to score out the like the shortbread fingers, the sizes and things like that. So I'm going to just score right down the center like this, and then I am going to go across and just create little shortbread fingers like so. So you just want to score it out. You don't want to cut all the way through at this point. We're going to do that later. So yeah, just as big or as small as you like. I just went with this, and once you have that, it should look a little something like this. Next step is to take a fork, and I'm literally just going to pierce some holes in the top like so, and I'm going to continue to do this with all of my shortbread fingers. So I'm just going to fast forward through this step, and then once you've completed them all, you should have something that looks like this. So at this point, I decided to sprinkle a little bit of sugar over the top. You don't have to, it is completely optional, but shortbread fingers usually tend to have a sprinkle of sugar on them, so that's why I did that. And now they are ready to be baked in the Hysapientia air fry oven, so let's head over there now. So I popped this into the middle shelf of my air fryer oven, and I picked the cake preset function, which is the second one. It's set at 140 degrees Celsius for 40 minutes, and that's what I left it at. And when it went off, this is what my shortbread fingers looked like. Now, do bear in mind, once I took this out of the air fryer oven, I did just cut straight down the scores that I made at the start, just to make sure that they are cut nicely. And you kind of want to do this before it cools down completely, otherwise it's going to be impossible. But they turned out absolutely delicious. Here they are once they had completely cooled, and they were just so good, so make sure you try them out. And there you go, guys, that is how I make my shortbread biscuits at home. As you saw, they were super simple to make. They do just require a little bit of time to bake, but apart from that, they're super easy and quick to do, and they are so delicious. Like I said, they turned out perfect. They are so good with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. So make sure you try out this recipe, and don't forget to let me know down below if they turned out well. And of course, share your recipes if you have any as well. And I will see you all really soon in my next one. Take care, bye.